That's the issue.
I have a hard time digesting and accepting responsibility for poor choices that women make. So as it pertains to Pookie and Ray Ray, yes, Daddy could have been in the home raising a better man. However, you do have selective choice. Like you chose to fuck Pookie. You know what I'm saying? Pookie showed you who he was, and you still gave him some pussy and had a baby by him, or whatever the case may be. That can't be something that's put on the men. You still have your choices.
So why choose her, Chief? Why choose?
I'm sorry.
Her?
Why choose who?
Her? Why choose a woman that got a child by Pookie?
I'm confused too. I don't know what that means. I'm talking about her choosing to have sex with
I know, and you just said, why should it be on you to raise Pookie's child? Why are you choosing?
No. I'm talking about I'm not talking about in regards to raising her child. I'm talking about just in general. Like we are supposed to be. I take responsibility for the community thing. I think a lot of it, the onus does go on men, but the responsibility in regards to the choices you make, how can that fall on us? Because you chose to pick.
It shouldn't. That's why I'm asking, because usually when somebody makes a decision and you're asking, why does it fall on you? Are you asking why does it fall on you, or why does it fall on Black men to be involved in the community?
No, I'm speaking specifically as it pertains to the choices women make in regards to choosing X dude who ain't shit. But what Dr. Umar is saying is that's our fault because we didn't raise him to be better.
Yeah, that's what he's addressing.
He's right. He's saying that the men that made Pookie aren't raising Pookie.
I didn't hear that at all. What I understood from that is the woman that created the Pookie wasn't loved on properly by the Black man.
No,
so he might have said it both, but I took it as he's saying the Black men didn't do a good job in raising Pookie, so there's a bunch of them out there, and women are only capable of, or only able to choose from them that the Pookies and the Ray Rays.
No, what he was saying was that Pookie shouldn't. For women, Pookie shouldn't exist at all. The Pookies and the Ray Rays shouldn't exist at all because the men should have stepped in to do what they did. Unfortunately, because they haven't, such people as Pookies and Ray Rays exist. I think with that, I agree with that. I think for the women, though, because the father wasn't in the home, she can't recognize and she doesn't know any better that Pookie and Ray Ray should not be a choice and option for you. So as a whole, it goes and it falls back on the man. Pookies exist because of this, and the woman doesn't know better because the father wasn't in the home.
So at what point do you decide to take interpersonal growth as a challenge for you and to be better? Or when did you not learn from the first mistake? From the first Pookie. So you left Pookie.
You only learn it from your household. According to Gunny, it starts independently in your home. So if your mama was dating Pookie and Ray Ray, that's all you know is Pookie and Ray Ray.
The essence of independence is individual. Like, I'm not about to blame you because I chose whatever you want to call the female version of it.
That's not what Gunny said. He said it starts at home. You have to raise your children to understand the difference between Pookie and Ray Ray and John the Baptist. No offense, John, but John the preacher, or the scientist, the engineer.
Are you incapable of instilling morals into your young man?
That's not what are you?
I'm asking a question because you're saying it's on us to teach these kids those things.
I'm not, because mine is a honor student, magnet engineering. The first one is a gifted serving program and been early college, graduating with an associate's degree. So mine, no. However, and that's because their grandparents were military and taught me discipline. So at the end of the day. And I wasn't raised with a Pookie and a Ray Ray. I was raised with grandparents that worked in industrial manufacturing buildings. Okay,
so my
parents were military, so I was raised with discipline. So, like I said, it goes back to what you
did. You not just do exactly what the video did, but go ahead, continue.
No, I'm doing that because
you did something passive aggressive. Chief.
You took it to a place where you tried to do it personally.
No, I wasn't speaking. I was speaking. Okay, so now doing it personally.
With my communications degree, I'm talking to you how you brought it to me.
Okay.
How you take it in.
Well, if you want it back for you, do you not think that you're capable of doing that on your own without the upbringing that you had? Could you not raise your son to be a good man if you didn't have the same upbringing?
No, you cannot. Because if you only see Pookie and Ray Ray, that's all you know.
So how did you do it?
I disagree. I disagree with you then. We can put it like that.
I mean, you can disagree all you want to. I don't know how many places you've lived in. I've lived in 6 different states in my 43 years. And I've seen different environments. I've seen the Native Americans in South Dakota. I've seen those middle-class people over there in Central Florida. I've lived in California, Delaware. I'm from PA, and that's just the way it is. And I was raised in Atlanta. That's the way it goes. And I've seen multiple environments.
Yeah, I'm confused with what your point is, though.
My point is, I've seen people in different environments where if they've only been raised in certain environments, that's all they know. And until they're taken out of that environment, that's all they know.
So they are capable of taking themselves out of that environment and doing better and learning more for themselves, as independent as you sound.
How do they know to take themselves? Chief, where are you from? Are you from Connecticut?
I am.
Have you lived anywhere else?
Yes, I have.
For how long? For a year?
I was raised in South Carolina. I lived 12 years in South Carolina.
So you lived in 12 years in South Carolina.
So what does it have to do with anything?
My point is, those environments that you've been in have helped raise you to see different aspects of life. Because there's some people that are from Connecticut, and I have friends that are from Connecticut. That's all they know because they ain't been nowhere else. They don't even know that. They don't even know that you can go to.
What is? But Ro, all right, come on. What is the exact point? You start naming all the states. Tell us exactly what you mean.
I said my point. He kept trying to come for me. So
just say it. Ain't nobody coming for you, and that's the problem. You two. Okay, go ahead.
No, I don't take it personal because I go to sleep at night very softly and very clearly. Okay, my point is you can keep a child in an environment from the time that they're born to the time that they become adults. If they don't see anything else, that's all they know. And that includes Pookie and Ray Ray. If they see their mama with Pookie and Ray Ray, that's all they know. Period.
I'm talking about basic standard level morals and integrity. That's something that should be implemented in kids from the start. That's what we put into our children to see, know, and do better.
But that's what she's saying. That's what she's saying. If that's all that they're used to, a Pookie and Ray Ray it's normal. Like my mom had a Pookie, and my mom and auntie and them, they had Pookie and Ray Rays. So when you coming out here, you may be the unicorn. You may be John the preacher, whomever it is. So it's going to be different to me. It's going to be very different. But going back to what Dr. Umar said, Pookie and Ray Ray shouldn't exist if the men are doing what they're supposed to be doing, which goes back to my original point about leadership with men. And Chief, just so you know, because we were speaking about how people argue, you were being passive aggressive in the conversation. And
okay, so point that out for me. I raised my voice when she tried to, when she directly said to me, "You brought it to me like this." So I'm bringing, like, what did I say that was wrong or in a different tone?
I'm getting loud because you getting loud.
No, I'm explaining to you why I went there. Because did she not say?
Just like in the video, the woman was explaining, "I did it because you did it." You see?
Again.
It's okay. It's okay.
She directly pointed at me. And she insinuated that. So help me understand where my passive aggression came in that caused the response that Ro gave me.
When you asked her about how she was raising her kids.
Yes, but then I apologize because I wasn't directly pointing at you. I was making the implication that if we're raising our children with basic morals and integrity, regardless of what we know and what surrounds us, like they should be able to know from what us. So are you saying because grandma had a Pookie and was grandma incapable of teaching you this lesson? About the Pookie?
Grandma had a Pookie, mama had a Pookie. That's all they know. So them things that were there that mama Pookie was supposed to teach her child, she didn't because she didn't know.
So maybe I'm just
he wasn't saying
maybe I'm just wired different.
He wasn't doing that. He wasn't saying directly to her personally.
Yeah, I think I don't think I was.
No, I get that, but I'm explaining to you why.
Please don't re-explain what Rose said. She did a great job of clarifying and overly clarifying. But the question is, if you're saying we perpetuate what we've seen, then how did Ro achieve such great things with her kids?
She based it off of her background, though, but by being raised by military parents and having that foundation.
But also single dad too. But like her dad by himself. Maybe I didn't. Yeah, but I'm saying what I'm saying is she got them kids to a point as a. I don't know how long you were single with the kids, Ro, whatever the case is, but like, so maybe you're an outlier. But how do we ever break any type of the generational curses if we just keep perpetuating what we've seen. I think that goes back to Chief's point about individualism.
And I guess that's what I'm
grow
saying.
And understand. Like Chief don't drink because he learned from what he saw. He didn't I don't know what to duplicate or whatever what he saw.
But that's kind of what I'm saying. Maybe my mind is wired differently because like this, I know this might be a little extreme, but like me not having a father, something in me said I gotta try to be the best one that I can be. You think what I'm saying? And so from all I know is not having one. But my kids don't know that. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I'm refuting your point. Like
I'm saying you didn't have a male figure in your life at all.
No, it's my mama. I have 5 uncles. I have 5 uncles. All of them been on drugs.
I get that part, but what I'm saying is there was no man in y'all. How many years? How old are you? 40?
43.
Sorry. Okay, we're the same age.
You play sports, so you can act like coaches and
something.
That's
what I'm saying. You didn't have no male figure to show you a different way.
But if you notice, he responds emotionally a lot.
Like they say women do.
The fucking button,
women back during the argument.
Say what?
Why can't you just accept his answer? He said no. Then why can't you just accept it? Why do you have to ask him how old he is and then ask him, I can't believe that you didn't have a man. That's his life. You wouldn't like that if he did that to you. So what makes you think that it's okay to do that to him? He said no. So that's his life.
Yeah, but
I don't understand the questioning behind it.
I'm not bothered by that. All I'm trying to say is that out of all these obstacles that we faced, maybe I'm just wired different, and none of them have impacted me to a way where it becomes all I know because I strive to go outside of that box, whatever the situation is, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not attracted to whatever we're gonna call the female version of Pookie and Ray Ray because I just aspire to do and be and want better. I don't know. Maybe has nothing to do with how I was raised or who was around me.
And you don't think that you're an outlier because of that?
No, maybe so, but maybe that's why I was a little confused about the situation because I feel like sitting in that lane, I'm not like Pookie and Ray Ray isn't again the female version. What we're gonna call them? Felicia's. We're gonna call them Felicia's. Then it's not all I know. You know what I'm saying? And because it's not
in South Carolina for 12 years, right?
Yes.
Nah, that wasn't even the great point. And I don't think Chief is an outlier in terms of, I think he's exceptional, but in terms of like, if you look at, just take a little small sample size that you all know, look at the second generation football players and baseball players, Patrick Mahomes, Surtain, there's a host of them because their fathers didn't have dads, but they made sure that they raised their sons. Antoine Winfield Jr. You see all these cats, and I'm again just a small sample, but all their sons play in the NFL. Frank and they all sons play D1 football. Say what? I'm saying that they didn't have dads, but they made sure that they were good fathers, and their sons are there, and they're with them in the draft, and they know how to play. Yada yada yada.
I agree with you, Hamp. I just think that it takes a. Let me say this. I think that people react, and I'll just use myself because no parent's perfect. I think one of the things.
How long is it gonna be, bro? How long you think you're gonna take?
I think one of the things of why those kids had their dads decided was because they were in traumatic experiences. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay, oh, good job. Okay, we're all impressed. Usually follow your cousin lead. All right, let me read a couple super chats. I know Q had a comment. I got to get to these couple smoke questions. Mike Brown. Yo, Mike Brown. Mike Brown with the $2.
Every second of it. Mike Brown, thank you for the $2 super chat. Love, you talk more than Kevin. Stop
the
it.
Lies.
Now I'm not gonna stop because you wouldn't come back because you love it. You love it. That's why you come back every single week. Mike Brown.
G Firm with a $5 super chat. I don't feel like G Firm like a new. I don't know if I've seen him, but hey, I appreciate you, bro. Just showing love. Love the show. Love y'all. We love you too, bro. No Cupgate Zone podcast with the $2 super chat. We need to hook up Umar with love. Educated Keisha.
Wow.
I don't know. You know, Umar gonna have more than one wife, love. No Cupcake Zone podcast, $5 super chat. You signed a partnership agreement because it's not equal. Stop using terms that don't apply because it changes the definition. There is a chief. He's speaking on what Q's question. John the Baptist, what's good, bro? He been lying even say hi yet. John the Baptist with a $5 super chat. Women can figure out college, but can't figure out Pookie. Pookie has the kryptonite. Jesus.
Wow.
One more. No Cupcake Zone podcast. Pookie is a euphemism for plantation buck, slave.
Never heard that.
Yeah. Perfect Wisdom with the $2 super chat. So, Chief, you say most men like bonquishas?
I don't know where that came from, but
The female version of Pookie. That's what that was.
I think most men bonquisha. If that's what she was trying to do there. Q, did you have? I got a couple more. I have to get to. But go ahead, Q.
Yeah.
Mary, wait a fucking minute. Mary,
What?
what are you doing?
What do you mean? What am I doing?
You better pull your shirt up or get a turtleneck or something. I'll put you in the back. You better lean down, nigga. I didn't notice
on me
that.
yesterday.
What's wrong with you?
All right, bro.
God damn it. Sorry, Q. Go.
You're so embarrassing. Nobody probably even noticed.
Nobody told you to wear that shirt. Go ahead, Q. My bad. This nigga wilding.
Yeah, no, I think Ro was saying some pretty real shit if you caught it. Y'all, and shout out to Ro for putting her age out there because that's the new wave. Everybody, I'm 43 motherfucking years old.
1980, baby, all day.
Proud,
Jesus.
yeah.
Wow.
Put him in the fuck.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so, but yeah, she was saying some pretty powerful shit. And then John the Baptist, came in with that statement about women can figure out college but can't figure out Pookie. I don't know what the fuck he means by that, but that has nothing to do with your environment as you see it as far as relationship. Like college is something that is a lot easier to obtain. And I think more like, how can I say this? It's like most people do it, right? So that doesn't take for you to have to know that you can go to college in order to want to go to college, right? But having that exposure in your household to a certain type of guy or having undealt with traumas is definitely going to affect how you end up picking your partner. It has nothing to do with your major or whatever you go to school to qualify for. So, yeah, I don't really understand that statement. But if he can come back in and expound on that, because I've seen him on POV and he be saying a lot of smart, dumb shit. So, yeah, if he could expound on that, I'd appreciate it.
Interesting. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most.